On one occasion, in a marital counseling session, the wife said, "I have been unhappy for years." And the husband turned to her and said, "Well, why didn't you say something?" And so this illustrates very clearly how life kind of goes day to day, and issues that are important remain unaddressed. Hey, Richard Myers here. Thank you for joining me. Just a quick uh, uh, talk about caravaning. And I would say this title of this video is "The Problem with Caravaning." Now, in the caravaning, now I've talked about it in my previous videos. You need to go back and watch some of my recent videos if you're not clear what caravaning is all about. But think of yourself as caravaning along the Oregon Trail, let's say going out to Willamette, Oregon to find beautiful farmland. And you're banding together against enemies along the trail. You're dependent upon each other, and you're sharing and loving one another. Caravaning is that kind of experience. It's when people are going through life sharing with one another in real ways. And so I would say that the caravaning experience is, how would you say it, troublesome. Now, here's the word, chaotic. The caravaning experience can be chaotic because what's happened is real growth is happening. People are bringing their deep problems to the fore, hoping for a solution, hoping for somebody to agree with them that they're a victim, somebody that has some spiritual wisdom, somebody that'll pray for them, and so forth and so on. So caravaning is chaotic. Now, if you look back then at the commissary, now the commissary model is what you're experiencing in your fellowship experience. You're going to a building called a church, and you're attending on Sunday and maybe multiple week services during the week. And there's great services, and people are saying hi and hugging one another and heading off to their homes. The key thing in a a commissary model is harmony. Harmony is the gold standard that you're looking for. So if somebody is unhappy, you want them to keep quiet about it and not bring it to the surface, because bringing it to the surface and resolving some of these issues can be chaotic. And so I was thinking about it. The commissary primarily wants harmony, and the caravaning model is chaotic. And so when you want to begin to have caravaning within your fellowship, you might say things are happening here that aren't helping matters. It might even affect you financially. It might, there's things that happen when people bring their problems to the fore. And so I just wanted to bring that out. But one of the wonderful things that happen is people they solve their problems, they get help, they go on to greater maturity in Christ. And the years of unhappiness and remaining silent about it because life is so chaotic there. Kids have to get off to school, and meals have to be prepared, and family gatherings have to be planned. And so what happens is you sublimate, you put down the areas of your life, and you say, well, I'll address those later. And I call this unresolved conflicts or unresolved agenda. And so I recommend in the caravaning model that people go away on retreat from time to time to enrich, to deal with unresolved issues. But let me go back to the caravaning model. In our experience, which now is 50 years ago, we had lifelong relationships that were formed. Many people moved away, and so distance became an issue for their relationships, but they kept in touch. They gathered together maybe on a semi-annual, annual basis. They kept in touch by phone and by other messaging, and they supported one another. And people grew spiritually and developed lifelong relationships that they could count on for prayer and support in their need. And so the caravaning relationship, I believe, produces spiritual growth, but spiritual growth can produce chaos. Think of your own family. When a child you discovered has an addiction to social media, the solution of that is chaotic. I mean, when you address it, I mean, it's chaotic. Let's face it. So the spiritual growth that is real may come along with chaos. So I wanted to just bring that out. And for those of you, pastors, leaders, who want to see a caravaning style of ministry implemented, you have to be, I think, emotionally, psychologically, and financially prepared for the potential chaos that might ensue as spiritual growth takes place. Hey, thanks for joining me. God bless you.